Hello everyone, today I will discuss the topic prepositional phrase. I will give you some information and especially some tips for you to do the upcoming examination. Before we start our lesson today, let's overview our presentations. There are three essential parts. The first one is the definition is about what is prepositional phrase. The second one is the structure of the prepositional phrase, or we can call it the formation. And the final one is about about its function and some notes you need to remember. And in the end of this presentation, I'll give you some tips to do this kind of exercise well.
A. Definition. A prepositional phrase is a group of words beginning with a preposition. Example: the cat is hiding behind the door. Come to the concert with me. Climb into the car in the right way. B. Form. The first preposition plus pronoun. My only recollection of is living in a wood for about 4 or 5 hours. The second preposition plus noun. He is a man of action. Preposition plus children. Instead of getting people up so early, she could stick around and have breakfast for an hour or two.
The next from preposition plus WA. Example: it is just a question of how to organize it. We can see preposition of plus WA how to organize it. The next from is preposition plus WA. Example: it is just a question of how we organize it and what the number should be. We can see preposition of plus WA how we organize it and what the number should be. And finally from preposition plus adverb. Example: I have to wait student. We can see preposition still plus adverb then.
A prepositional phrase can function as an adjective, an adverb, or even a noun. As adjective, modifier of noun. For example, everybody questions the significance of the result. Birds of the same feather flock together. As adverb, modifier of adjective. For example, they are ignorant of the causes of this disease. Aren't you curious about them? And modifier of verb. For example, she saw a butterfly through the window. The old man stomped over the piece of stone. Modifier of a sentence. For example, among young men, suits and ties are not the fashion. To my surprise, the doctor phoned the next morning.
Occasionally, a prepositional phrase can function as a noun. Subject of verb before is first. When I do my best work. Before Rashford as a subject of verbs E. Subjective complement. A prepositional phrase that completes the subject and gives more information about it. It comes after linking verbs like be, seem, or become. Example: yesterday the sun was just as is in India. The phrase in India describes or completes the subject, the sun. Objective complement: I brought her out of hospital. The phrase out of hospital explains the object her, indicating where she pulled from. Next, object of verb. Example: did you apply for anything in the final year? The phrase for anything is object of verb applied, indicating what were applied for. Object of preposition. Example: the view from above the shore is magnificent. The phrase from above the shore includes the object, the shore, which completes the preposition above.
Move to the next part. I'll give you some notes that you need to remember. First, a prepositional phrase that begins a sentence is not usually followed by a comma. Sometimes, however, a writer might add a comma for clarity. For example, in the morning, I like to drink coffee. As you can see in this sentence, a writer does not add a comma. For another example, under the bed, the cat found a warm spot to sleep. As you can see, the comma helps to avoid confusion that the cat belongs to the prepositional phrase. Additionally, a prepositional phrases may be pre-modified by intensifiers. For example, you were very on time. And another example is that what is happening is perfectly in order. Furthermore, I'll give you some tips that can help you to do this exercise well. To identify the type of prepositional phrase, follow these steps. First, you need to find the prepositional phrase. Next, you need to find the word the phrase describes. Identify each part of speech. It can be noun, verb, adjective, or other elements. Finally, you need to identify the phrase as an adjective prepositional phrase if it describes a noun or a pronoun, or an adverb prepositional phrase, or if it is describing a verb, adjective, or adverb. Move to the next example. As you can see the example, for the first step you need to find the prepositional phrase. In this sentence, the prepositional phrase is in the sky. And to move to the next part, you need to find a word that the phrase describes. As you can see, the phrase in the sky describes the verb fly, and the final step is to identify the phrase as an adjective phrase or adverb phrase. As you can see that the phrase in the sky describes the verb fly, so it is an adverb prepositional phrase. Move to the next example. As you can see the example, for the first step you need to find the prepositional phrase. In this sentence, the prepositional phrase is in the sky. And to move to the next part, you need to find a word that the phrase describes. As you can see, the phrase in the sky describes the verb fly, and the final step is to identify the phrase as an adjective phrase or adverb phrase. As you can see that the phrase in the sky describe the verb fly. So it is an adverb prepositional phrase. And this is the end of our presentations. I hope this information will be helpful for your work. Wishing you a productive day and see ya.